These days, Mazda now has a more advanced, more refined, more premium Mazda 6. It's bigger inside, safer, more practical, better built, and in 2.5-litre petrol flagship form, faster than ever before. The good news though is that sensible though all that sounds, it's still not boring. But then the Mazda 6 never was. The Mazda brand took a huge step forward when, in 2002, the original Mazda 6 was launched. To maintain that kind of momentum, the second generation Mazda 6 must represent an equally large step forward. And that's a big ask in the face of sector competition that includes cars as good as Ford's Mondeo and Renault's latest Laguna, and refreshed versions of models like Honda's Accord and Citroen's C5. In short, it needs to be very good indeed. And first impressions are that it may well be. In this case, Mazda's Zoom advertising strapline is more than just, well, an advertising strapline. This genuinely is a family Mazda that you could really look forward to driving. Mazda's engineers have correctly identified that driving experience is really mainly about suspension, steering and transmission, and acted accordingly. So there's a redeveloped and fully independent suspension system delivering improved ride comfort and reduced road noise. There's a more precise 6-speed manual gearbox. There's a sharper power steering setup borrowed from Mazda's RX-8 sports car, and there are bigger brakes. Mindful that rivals were getting bigger, Mazda's designers knew they needed a larger cabin for this car, yet they had to retain the sharp sportiness that was so much a feature of the design of the original Mazda 6. Now, by and large, this car's cabin delivers with a deeper, higher windscreen that gives a feeling of spaciousness, actually delivered by the slightly wider body. You've got more shoulder width, and you've also got about 13mm of extra knee room for rear seat passengers. In the rear, the 60-40 split seat back folds forward with one simple single motion using Mazda's Karakuri folding system, giving you a completely flat luggage floor. Now, build quality was a real feature of the Mark I Mazda 6, and this version also proves impressively well screwed together. Body panel gaps have been reduced and higher quality materials used around the interior for a more premium feel. Standard safety equipment includes an adaptive front lighting system, parking sensors, these head restraints that protect your neck in a crash, collapsible brake and clutch pedals, and extensive pedestrian protection measures. Now, if you peruse the pricing of obvious medium-range Mondeo sector rivals, then the Mazda 6's pricing span, which for most models lies in the £16,000 to £22,000 bracket, should come as no surprise. Now, one of the reasons that not much has changed on the pricing front is that under the bonnet, not much has changed either with this latest Mazda 6. The 1.8 and 2-litre petrol models have been carried over largely unchanged, with a few tweaks that have led to 10% improvements in emissions and fuel economy. The 140 PS 2-litre turbo diesel that many owners choose is also largely unchanged. In fact, the only thing that's generally new on this front is the engine that fewest customers will buy, the 170 PS 2.5-litre petrol unit, and even this is merely an evolution from the old 2.3-litre unit. Still, it's had some massaging, which has led to 10% improvements in power and torque. The Mazda 6 sits somewhere between Ford and Vauxhall and Volkswagen and Honda when it comes to residual values. Fuel economy figures, well, they're class competitive, with even the flagship 2.5-litre petrol model able to return over 30 miles to the gallon, while the diesel returns a combined figure of 50.4 mpg. Insurance groupings sit in the usual 7 to 12 bracket. The CO2 improvements made on the 1.8 and 2-litre petrol models that most customers will buy are timely, but in terms of running costs, the best all-round engine continues to be the 2-litre diesel, providing you can get a good deal on the £1,000 or so premium that Mazda will charge you for it over the comparable petrol unit. The Changes made to the second generation Mazda 6 represent a typical Japanese approach to doing things. Having taken rival models apart, they've gone over the first generation car, taken it apart and scrupulously redesigned where it was necessary and left alone where it wasn't. Now, to be honest, that's not much of a recipe for design innovation, but that would be more of a problem had not the first generation Mazda 6 been such a groundbreaking car for the marque. This car will please existing owners and surprise the relatively few who will take a break from other brands and try one. To have achieved anything more would have required a completely fresh approach. Perhaps Mazda are saving that for the Mark III model.